This is Jacob Badal, and this is Off the Ice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Off the Ice, a Ferris Athletics podcast in partnership with Ferris State Hockey and Sunny 97.3. Thanks to those of you who tune in on the radio for episodes released early exclusively on 97.3 Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. You can also catch the episodes when they release on Spotify and YouTube Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. I'm your host and voice of Bulldog Hockey, Brody Kaiser. You can follow me on Instagram at Brody Kaiser and Twitter at Kaiser Brody. I'm joined by my co-host and Ferris Hockey social media coordinator, Beth McKinney. You can follow her on Instagram at BethanyMM17. Today is April 2nd, and this is episode 27 of Off the Ice. To listen to any of our previous episodes, check out and follow Ferris Athletics on Spotify and on YouTube. Be sure to follow us at Ferris Hockey on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to stay up to date on all things Bulldog Hockey and to never miss an episode of Off the Ice. Without further ado, it's time now to take you off the ice with Jacob Badal. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Off the Ice. Brody Kaiser and Beth McKinney with you as always. And on today's episode, we are joined by Ferris State Hockey sophomore forward number 26, Jacob Badal. Jacob, thanks so much for being on the show with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So for you, a little bit of an interesting season, different than a lot of players because you did have an injury, unfortunately, early on in the year. But go ahead and just tell us a little bit about what some of your season was like and maybe the unique challenges that came with it from coming back from an injury like that.
It started off pretty normal. Kind of showed up, got into the swing of things, and then first weekend I got injured, and it was a pretty bad one. It was something that was like very tough to come back from. I tried originally, and like it just wasn't all there, and then ended up not playing the rest of the year. It was an injury that I'm still kind of dealing with to this day. It's still there. It's like they don't know if like everything will come back or like how it'll be, but something I'll just keep working forward to, and hopefully it gets better in the future.
Talk about what that's like as a player to have the mentality of working day in and day out, trying to come back from an injury like that.
It's not mostly a physical grind. It's more of a mental grind.
Sure.
It's something you just kind of have to wake up and it's like, I have to go do this because I need to get this back. But it's more of a mental grind. It's every single day you kind of have to show up and put in the work to catch up.
When you look at what the Bulldogs were able to do this season, of course, a very young team. You are losing a lot of players, and 11 guys being seniors, that'll happen, but still a good group of young players, a core that you're certainly a part of. How does that play into what you see happening for the future of this team over the next couple seasons?
I think as long as we just keep getting better and develop, I think we'll be fine for the future. It comes back to every single day we got to work hard and have a good mentality, and I think we'll be set for the future.
And yeah, I mean, you certainly know that maybe more than anyone just because you've had to try to work all season long to come back from that injury. So hopefully the young group can really propel this team into the future. It should be exciting. All right, Beth, let's go ahead and move away from hockey and talk a little bit off the ice.
All right, so we'll start with some easy questions. What are some hobbies that you have away from the rink?
I'm not really too big of a hobby guy. I'd say my number one hobby would probably be golf. I love going to the golf course. Whether it's midday, late night, early morning, I'll find a time.
Well, we played on the same scramble team all those months ago.
You did.
Back in, was it August when we did the hockey outing?
Yeah, the August hockey outing, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. So I know at the time you had said that you were a big golfer, but how would you rate your golf game?
Depends. I have to play a lot. I'm not like one of those people because I play hockey left-handed and golf right-handed, so I can't just pick up a club and go out there. I kind of have to golf a lot recently. So,
do you really get thrown off playing hockey that way compared to when you does your golf swing at all mess with how you play hockey, or is it more the other way around?
No, it's the other way around. I've been playing hockey a lot longer than I've been golfing. So if I play a lot of hockey and then I get into golf, the golf game's just not there.
Yeah, his swing's all screwed up. Do you find yourself swinging a different way from the right side compared to, how you would if you were a lefty for both?
Not really sure. I used to play baseball right-handed, so I think that's why I golf that way.
Okay.
Plus, it's
That makes
just
sense.
really hard to find lefty clubs.
Yeah, true. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Were you a big baseball player for a while?
Yeah, I was a big baseball player. I love baseball. Still like going to games, I like watching it.
Did you play that like through high school, middle school?
Yeah, I played it. So I went to high school for 2 years, and I played baseball there. Yeah,
Gotcha. Did you play any other sports growing up?
just baseball and hockey.
Just baseball and hockey?
Yeah,
2 main ones for you? What position were you in baseball?
third baseman and pitcher.
Okay, so you got a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Were you a good hitter?
that was all or nothing.
Okay, so home run or strikeout type of guy?
Yeah, I got my money's worth at the plate.
Sure. Yeah, okay. All right. What about pitching? How was your arm?
It was good as long as it wasn't hurt.
Was it hurt a lot?
Yeah.
Baseball seems to be one of those sports, though, especially as a pitcher. It just seems like, for whatever reason, pitchers get injuries all the time. I mean, I guess when you throw 100 pitches at, however hard you're throwing, seems to make sense. But
Catches up
It's
with
a
you.
lot of throwing.
yeah, there's a ton of throwing. And people don't realize, too, that if you've never played baseball before, it's not just how many pitches you throw in the game. You have warm-up pitches before each inning. You have a bullpen session before the game. You throw every day in practice leading up to the game. So your arm is just, constantly being used. So, yeah, for sure. So baseball and hockey were the main ones when you were younger, and now golf. Is there any other sports that you've tried to pick up at any time? Tennis, pickleball? I know a lot of guys on the team have talked about playing pickleball.
No, I've never really got on pickleball. I'll go shoot a basketball around, but I've never really gotten on with pickleball.
Okay.
Tennis. I think it's too exhausting for a hobby.
Yeah, for a hobby,
That's fair.
definitely. It's a lot
That's
of running. What about basketball? Do you play basketball a good bit?
Not really, no. I'll just pick up a ball and shoot it.
Just every now and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you live at Oakwood as well?
Yes.
So do you go outside and use those courts that are out there?
Never once done that.
Just at the rec center for the most part?
Not really even the rec. We'll just go into wink and shoot the ball around.
Gotcha.
That's fair. So what else do you do away from the rink outside of like hobbies? Like do you, like in your free time? Like are you a big movie guy, TV shows, read books, hang out with friends? What does your free time look like?
Free time for me is usually just like chill, relax, kind of get my schoolwork done. And then, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of a movie guy.
What kind of movies are you into?
More like true stories.
Really? Like, give us an example. What's like one of your favorite ones that you've watched recently?
Favorite ones. I don't really remember most of the names. I usually just go through and click on it. But usually like true stories about like wartime or something like that.
Gotcha.
War stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Those are good ones.
So do you like some of the older war movies, not the true stories, but historical fiction, I guess you would call it, Saving Private Ryan's, Black Hawk Down, those types?
Yeah.
Or do you like the actual true ones, Lone Survivor, American Sniper?
I actually like both. Like Saving Private Ryan, I've probably seen that one like hundreds of times.
Yeah.
It's so good. But I do like Lone Survivor and like the new ones too that are more true.
Okay. Now, have you read those books as well?
No, I'm not a big reader.
Okay, fair enough. The if you get a chance though, and you do like Lone Survivor a lot, you should read those books because they are phenomenal. They're even better than the movies. But
I'll have to give it a try.
yeah, maybe that'll pique your interest of reading again. Were you ever a big reader, like even younger?
I think to this day I've never finished a book.
Really?
Oh my gosh, no way.
Cover to cover, never finished a book.
Really? Even for school?
No.
That's super funny, actually. Is that that's not something you plan on changing then, huh?
No, I actually kind of want to get into reading, but just something like I can't sit there and just continuously read. Like I just lose focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
You
is.
gotta like take it in doses.
Sure.
To like especially when you're just starting out, like just go like a little bit at a time and then come back to it after you like lose your focus or whatever. You also like have to find a good like your niche of author and genre because there's so many out there. But then once you find like what genre you like, then it's so much easier to be like, okay, yeah, now I'm getting in a grind.
I feel like reading too is one of those things where if you're really just not super into it from the start, it's hard to make yourself get into it, especially if books are boring from the beginning. It's like, oh my goodness, I have to read this book. I don't get to read it type of thing. But
half the time when I'm reading, it's like I'll read a page and then I don't even remember what I read.
Yeah, you have to backtrack and reread.
Yeah.
Mind wanders.
Yeah, just no recollection of what happened.
Yeah. Do you get to see your family quite a bit?
Yeah, so I'm from Flint, so it's like little over 2 hours. But yeah, like I get to go home a lot. They come up here a lot. It's nice being so close because I get to see them so much.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Do they make it to some games?
Yeah, they make them to pretty much like every home game. They'll come up here.
Good. Very good.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have one sister.
Older or younger?
Older. She's getting married this year.
Oh,
Ooh, wow. Nice. Congratulations to her.
Does she also live in Flint, or where is she residing?
Oh, yeah, she lives in Flint. She lives right down the road from our house, actually.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
You pretty close with her?
Yeah, our whole family is really close. Like, we're a pretty close family.
What were some things like growing up that you guys would do together?
Growing up, we'd usually go to just like maybe watch TV. She was into softball, I was into baseball, so we'd go throw the ball around, just things like that. And then I used to do like volleyball with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did volleyball with her because you enjoyed playing volleyball or because she enjoyed playing volleyball?
She enjoyed volleyball.
Okay, so you're being the good brother and playing volleyball with her. Nice.
Yeah, that wasn't my cup of tea. It kind of hurt Jen.
So you played baseball, she played softball. Did you guys ever do like, I don't know, home run derby type of thing with a tennis ball out in your yard or anything like that? Or was it more just training?
No, it'd be just like a casual game of catch. But like we used to like, I don't know, I used to hit tennis balls all over the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
The neighborhood?
Yeah, just launch them.
You never know where they're going to go, right? You just swing as hard as you can and see what happens.
That is hilarious.
So one thing I wanted to ask you is, usually when the guys are practicing, you're the first one on the ice and you're the last one off the ice. What goes into that mentality that you have to just put in that much work? Is it because you're trying to come back from an injury? Is it because you're just that dedicated to the game and improving your craft? Like, what is it exactly that drives you to be the best you can be?
I'd say I've always kind of done that. Like, I don't know. It's just, for me, it's like a mental thing. Like, if I wake up in the morning, like, I want to go to bed knowing like I did everything I could, kind of thing. But yeah, it's something. It's a grind, but you get used to it and you start to love it, kind of thing. Like you like going to the rink, you start to like putting in the extra work.
I mean, you kind of have to when you're a college athlete, right? It's so much of your life is dependent on what you do and how you play. So I think that's the right mentality to have, especially in someone in your position where you're trying to, come back from that injury, be even stronger, be even better.
Yeah, it is a grind, but usually like when you go to bed at night, like it's pretty peaceful because you can be like, wow, I did this today. Mm-hmm. It just feels like you conquered something every day.
Yeah, that's a good feeling for sure.
I love that mentality, like that you have, like when I go to bed, this is what I want to feel.
All right, Beth, let's get him one of your classic hard-hitting questions.
All right. I'll give you a easy, hard question. What is a childhood memory that makes you smile? It just instantly makes you happy when you think about it.
Childhood memory. Oh, it's going to be a sports one.
That's fine.
When we were younger, there's a big tournament called Silver Sticks.
Okay.
And it's like really, really, really hard to win. And my team actually won it. And you get like these like little pins. Like it's like a really big deal. So like us winning it, we were like one of the first American teams to win it in like a very long time. So it was just really big accomplishment.
So what is Silver Sticks? Like, I've never heard of that before.
It's like a youth tournament. It's like all the like teams from like the States and Canada play each other. It's
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you guys were like the first American team in
a while
to win it?
Yeah.
And how old were you?
I think that was, I want to say Pee Wee year.
Gotcha.
So a long time ago then.
Yeah. A long time ago.
But that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, that's really cool. Did you guys play that? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you guys play that? Where did you guys play that tournament?
Well, it's played like everywhere. Like there's different like host sites. Like it'll be in. I think we won it in Port Huron, but it'll be in like Canada, like near Toronto, like in Whitby or whatever other cities they have there.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Have you been to Canada before
Yes,
for that tournament?
for the tournament. Yeah, we played in Whitby. There was like another time we played downtown Toronto. What was that?
So you've been there a couple times then.
Yes.
Have you been there for a reason other than that specific tournament?
Oh, to Canada? Yeah, I lived there for a year.
Did you really?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
That was my second year of juniors. I lived in Vancouver.
Okay, that's right. What was that experience like?
That was a really cool experience. Vancouver is one of the most beautiful like areas I've ever been to. Like, beautiful mountains, nice water. It's really weird too. It never really gets cold over there. Like I thought like going that far up would get like really cold, but like something with the water keeps it warm, which is really nice compared to Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan can be very cold, so that is definitely a bonus. What was that like though being, how far is Vancouver from here? Like 30 hours, somewhere in there?
You don't drive it.
Yeah. But what was that experience like being that far away from home? Because I presume that was probably your first time being significantly far away from home, right?
Yeah, I lived in Wilkes-Barre the year before, but that year was a little different because Wilkes-Barre is driving distance, and then out there like no car, like different like country, and then like I barely got to see like family or anything, but it was still a really good experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, how was the hockey when you were out there?
It was good. It was good. BCHL was a really good league.
Yeah, there's good players in that league for sure. So, your most recent junior team was the Wild. Is that right?
Johnstown Tomahawks.
That's right. Okay, yeah, I forget. You guys bounce around so much, but so what was your favorite experience from playing junior hockey?
Favorite experience? Oh, probably Johnstown. They always host this New Year's game, and I think we got 4,700 fans. And it was just packed, and we actually ended up winning in overtime. And
nice.
It was one of the most electric atmospheres I've played in.
Really? That's sweet. Would you say that junior hockey draws pretty good crowds for the most part? To when you were playing there, did every team have decent fan bases?
Yeah, it was like for junior hockey, it's very hit or miss. Like it's you can go to one rink and it'll be good crowd, and you go somewhere else and you can be playing in a community rink with just a couple parents in the stands. But for the teams that draw well, like even if you go to like a weekday game, there won't be many people. It's mostly dependent on like kind of like the special for the night.
Sure.
Like if they have a sale going on or something, kind of brings fans in.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fair.
All right, Beth, you got another classic hard question?
Yep. What is something that you're most proud of and why?
Something I'm most proud of.
That is a tough question.
Sure, I'd say, can I go into like just like me?
Yeah.
I'd say probably work ethic. Like I think I got a good one and something I'm pretty proud of. I like to hold myself to a high standard and try to work hard every single day.
I mean, I think that shows with you being the first and the last one off the ice every single day.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a really good answer.
What I assume that that's not something that's specific to hockey, right? Like you have that mentality when it comes to being a student athlete, when it comes to, in the classroom, as just a person in general as well. It's not just hockey related. Yeah,
I try to bring that to like literally my whole life. Like everything I do, I want to do it to the best of my ability, because I feel like why do it if you're not going to even try? Sure.
Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. What are you studying here at Ferris?
Studying business, and I got a minor in finance because I want to do financial advising when I get out of school. I think that'd be a great career for me.
Yeah, definitely. Do you plan to continue pursuing hockey and then move into a career after that?
And that's kind of the dream. That's every kid's dream that gets into this.
Yeah, definitely. Going through college hockey, it certainly puts you in a position to do that, and you have the right mentality and the right work ethic to do it. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for it. That'll be awesome. All right, Beth, you got another hard one?
Yes. What is one thing that someone wouldn't know just by looking at you?
One thing.
Another hard question.
I don't know. A lot of times people say I look tired, but I'm usually not. And I drink a lot of coffee. So I bet you that's one thing people would know.
That's good. You do drink a lot of coffee.
I always get told I look really tired, but I'm usually not. I'm usually wired on coffee.
Yeah. What's your favorite coffee to get?
Coffee to get? Probably just plain black.
Okay.
Nice dark roast.
Sure.
What's your favorite place to go get coffee from? Like coffee shop?
Place to get coffee from? I like the back room here.
Ooh, I've never been there.
The little place in Toppings. That's probably my favorite place here.
Not a big Starbucks guy or any of those other bigger places?
Starbucks? No, I don't like Starbucks. I mean, I like Tim Hortons. Probably Big B. Big B definitely over Starbucks.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, I have a question. So you lived in Canada. Have you tried the Tim Hortons like in Michigan or in America?
Yeah, their Tim Hortons is better.
Okay.
It's just better.
That's from
Everybody
a non-Canadian.
Everybody says that. It's crazy.
It's like the menu's similar, but it's just better.
But like, what makes it better?
I truly like everything's better. Like you get like a breakfast sandwich over there, it's just way better.
Is it like fresher or like it just tastes better?
It just tastes better. It's bigger. It's cheaper. It's just better.
The cheaper part makes
fair.
it better in and of itself, right?
Everything about it's better. The coffee's better. Everything.
Really?
Interesting.
So it's just better. We can't.
So we got to go up to Canada and get some Tim Hortons.
I guess that's the only thing left to do. So many people have said that.
But it's all been Canadian, so now we have
that's true.
An American's perspective.
Now we have the unbiased perspective. Correct. All right, let's get in one more tough question before we wrap up, Beth.
All right, what's an experience that helped shape you into who you are today?
I would say most of my experiences in probably junior hockey, just the first time you move away from home is always tough. And you kind of have to figure out like which you're going to do. Like, are you going to be like this or that? Like that was probably the toughest thing. Like the first year being away from home at like 16 is like nothing. Like most people don't get to experience that. And like, you really have to figure out like what you want and how you're going to live your life.
Right.
Do you feel like that set you up to have success when you moved away for college?
Yeah, college just like after 4 years of like not living at home just seemed like another year. But now I just get to take school.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
All right, yeah, awesome. So, Jacob, that's going to do it for this episode of Off the Ice. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. We had a great time with you.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you, everyone, for listening as well. We'll be back next week with another episode of Off the Ice.
Thank you so much for listening and now watching another episode of Off the Ice. To catch the live release on the radio, tune into Sunny 97.3 on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. or released on Spotify and YouTube on Wednesdays. To stay up to date on all things Bulldog hockey, make sure to go follow all the socials at Ferris Hockey.